Hello and welcome to NewFilmmakers Los Angeles in partnership with Movie Maker magazine. My name is Danny DeLillo and we're here at the South Park Center and I'm here with Cameron and Rebekah with their movie, Can You Take My Picture? Let's take a look at the clip.
What do you think? Yeah, I know. I don't like any of them. Burn them all.
So great to have you here, and it's so great to welcome you back as a New Filmmakers alumni as well.
Thanks for having us. We're really excited to be back.
Well, when you keep making great projects, then what can we do, really? But I loved your film so much. It was just so touching and warm, and I love it so much. But for those that haven't seen it, tell us a brief synopsis.
Yeah, it's about a woman, and she's trying to have a little bit of control over her uncontrollable circumstances while visiting some of her favorite spots. And she's reaching out to these strangers to take her picture, and they're just trying to show a little kindness to her without knowing what's going on.
And where did the inspiration come from in making this project?
Yeah, well, we just wanted to make a film that would help people grieve a little easier, I think. And when you're grieving, you're going through all these different emotions of anger, sadness, confusion, and even strength. So I wanted to take all those emotions and put those into our main character and see what that would look like. And watching it, especially on the big screen last night and even on set, it's something so heartbreaking but beautiful at the same time.
It really is. Yeah. And Rebekah, you just like, I mean, it's so wonderful to watch you always, but you just, this character, you just have us so invested in this character. She's going through quite a lot, you know, but I found it so endearing just to actually, the idea of just her asking random people to you know, for a photo, it's such a vulnerable thing that she does, and the fact of what she is going through as well. What was it like taking on that character? Of course, you're working with the wonderful Cameron again. What was that experience like?
Well, first and foremost, it was such a safe space because of the crew that we had. Cameron sort of creates that environment in any shoot that we've done together. And Jesse Aragon is an amazing cinematographer, and he, you just know you're in the best hands. And so, you know, creating the life of this woman was relatively easy because Cameron talked to me about the idea for this script and for the idea of who this woman was and what she was going through. And it is less about, you know, sadness and pain, which does come into the story, but it's more about like hope and finding the beauty and the light in these really dark moments in our lives. The other actress who I interact with the most is Lily Knight, who is incredibly talented, and she plays my mother, and she is beautiful.
Wonderful.
And the scene that we shared was so easy because I just trusted her implicitly, and I just was in the best hands. So you know, it was a gift. It was a gift to be able to take on this role.
Well, you're in the best hands too, Cameron, aren't you? Because obviously you found your dream team. What is it like working with Rebekah? Because you just, you know, did tip the role on so well.
Well, not only is she one of my best friends, but she is my colleague. And anytime I have an idea, we have our little brunches like once a week, and I ask her, I was like, take a look at this treatment, or what do you think about this idea? And no matter what it is, we kind of have this collaborative force of just coming together, and it speaks to us somehow. And what can she bring to the table, and what can the team bring to the table? And same thing, I mean, it was with Can You Take My Picture? I showed her the treatment, I think it was in August, and I said, what do you think about this? And she read it, one-page synopsis. At the very end, there were some tears, and she says, when can we do this?
Isn't that a dream?
I was like, you're my green
dream
light.
For you both, isn't it? It's like,
oh my gosh.
That's amazing. And I think, you know, the wonderful thing about what you just said, it's rather than, you know, obviously it's sad what she's going through, but she's given you an essence of hope and light and celebrating her life and her beauty inside and out. And that was so beautiful to watch her go through that. And then obviously that wonderful scene that you have with her mother as well. It's just a very beautiful moment. But it must be inspiring to make a story that will inspire ultimately other people, because we all know people that may have gone through certain things, and that's an inspiration by watching this film. Was that something that you were kind of hoping to experience for our audience to kind of receive? Is that something you were like looking forward to? Because everyone's been touched by, you know, these such circumstances as what your character is going through.
Yeah, I think everybody deals with grief differently.
Yeah.
And that's okay. And I think that's one of my favorite messages of the film, is that you're allowed to do it however you want to. There's not one certain way. And, you know, losing a family member myself, it's just dealing with that the way you need to be dealing with that. And I dealt with it through art.
Yeah.
And hopefully someone can watch this and relate to it in a positive light. And that's kind of why Rebekah, I think, wanted to come on board as well, is just expressing this message, and hopefully it gets our audience involved.
Yeah. I know you guys are the dream team and sort of this superhero mix of filmmaking, but was there any challenges making the film?
I'll say my challenges real quick. Hardly any with this team. The team is beautiful, but I think our biggest challenge is we had 7 different locations.
Yeah, I was going to say, you just, for a short film, you really gave yourself a challenge
Got
there.
all over the place.
We shot the film in about 3 days, but we had the one day of 7 different locations. Luckily, Rebekah is a mom, so she has a mom van. And
I love it.
We
It's
load
an awesome van.
Okay, yeah, it's beautiful. But she's like, yeah, let's take my van. So we loaded up our crew, our equipment. We went to the beach. We went to the mountains. We went to the park.
So I was also transportation. I wasn't just an actor and a producer.
Oh, of course.
I
Make
was
sure you got
the
your credit. Yeah.
I drove everybody around. We got all over.
It's true. And
Wow.
even the first street bridge where we shot on. So that was one of our biggest challenges, is making our day with LA traffic.
Yeah, just
Hoping the sun doesn't go down on us. But luckily, Rebekah is an amazing actress and an amazing driver.
Oh, there you go. See, what can you when you got it?
He
You know.
has to, because he knows he's got the minivan. Always. He's got to keep me in his good graces. Cameron is like my work husband, and we work so well together. So typically on set, you really don't have, other than, you know, the driving around. And for me, it was like, you know, having my husband get a full day off so that he could just take care of our little one, and we could just be free to run around.
Yeah.
You really don't have that many crazy issues, especially with Cameron and Jesse and myself. And we had Chase Darwin, who was also there, sort of like just keeping us on target, on track, keeping us in line and together, and just a backpack full of Cliff Bars and water, and that's all you need.
That's all you basically need. What was the experience like again? Because obviously it's a long journey from when you decide to sit down in your meetings and make this film, and then have it a New Filmmakers LA in front of an audience. What's that feeling like? What was it like for this particular project?
Well, we have such a connection with New Filmmakers. We love you guys because you helped us with one of our first big short films, Pretty Boy. So being here is kind of being at home in a way. And seeing all the other great filmmakers and meeting the crowd after the showing, and people coming up and meeting those filmmakers and complimenting, of course, Becca and the work, and it's just such a good feeling, and it allows you to move on to the next project.
Yeah.
And it just gives you that comfort in a way, being like, okay, we can do this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you are home, definitely.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, and also, you know, on a very personal note, for me, the last time we were here with Pretty Boy, with our film, my mom was with us, and she loves Cameron and loves the work that we've done and loved Pretty Boy. And, you know, we brought her to this amazing film festival where there's, you know, an outdoor balcony and patio, and she just was enjoying it, enjoyed it so much, and got kind of like a VIP experience.
Oh, great.
And she has since passed away. But coming back to New Filmmakers felt, especially with this piece, especially with this project, felt very full circle for Cameron and I.
Yeah.
And she was absolutely with us. She's dedicated, along with Cameron's
Nanny
grandmother
Rose.
in the film, credited at the end, because they were such huge supporters of us and our dreams, and that's what New Filmmakers also supports.
And their spirit is definitely there last night,
Yeah.
for sure, because it was rocking last night.
Yeah,
so
it
they
was.
definitely,
Yes,
their
it
presence
was.
was there, for sure. No, we're so honored to have you. I love seeing your work, and I love seeing you both together, working together, because it's always a special experience. What's next for you both?
You want to go first?
Well, for me, running after a 2-year-old all the time.
Yeah, of course. That's number one priority.
I'm also producing 2 projects in the Hollywood Film Fringe Festival. Sorry, not
Excellent.
film.
Yeah.
Fringe Festival.
Yeah.
This coming June.
Oh, great.
So I'll just be busy with those, and I'm also acting in both of them. So
Oh,
that's
my
gonna
goodness.
keep me super busy till
Yeah.
June. So
Oh, yeah, you've got going on. Well, we'll definitely support you for that. That's fantastic. How
Thank
about you,
you.
Cameron?
We are working on a feature film right now. It's being produced and just prepping it, getting our actors ready. That's it. And a lot of rewrites, of course, but besides that, it's go. So we're excited.
Well, please keep coming back to us. Keep bringing your great, talented work because we love it. But just on a final note, is there something that you go by as a filmmaker? Because you're both experienced. Is there something you go by each and every day, or any filmmaker out there wants to follow in your footsteps? Anything you'd like to share that you've had, maybe told to you, or maybe you go by in your work?
For me, I think that the main thing, it's just something very, very simple, is collaborate, not dictate. Right when you walk in the door and right when you leave, making sure everybody's okay, making sure they have water. It's kind of like taking a step back, looking at your set. It's kind of like that double Dutch jump rope, and you're getting ready to jump in, but before you jump in, just take a look at the speed. Take a look at the people spinning the ropes. Take everything in and then jump in. And then when you're done, take a step back and be thankful for it.
Collaborate, not dictate. Love that. And how about for you, Rebekah?
For me, as a filmmaker, I think just be a genuine person. Be really open, be really honest, and work with really genuine, open, honest people. Because then, I mean, that's that, you referred to us so wonderfully and kindly as a dream team. But I think that's why we work, because we just like each other, and we're always really honest and real with each other.
Yeah. Well, we like you too, so just keep it coming,
Thanks,
okay?
Thank
Cameron
you.
and Rebekah, everybody, thank you so much. And
you,
we'll
guys.
see you again soon
Thank
with
you.
these wonderful people.
Thank you.
Yeah.